Hi YouTube, this is Laura at Aquamarine18 and I'm on with a quick unboxing and first impressions video. I've just received the Animal Allies Oracle deck by Jessica Swift. It's one that's been on my radar for quite a while. It's not a new deck, but I've been finding lately, and this is quite strange for me, that decks being released, more and more Oracle decks than Tarot have been kind of catching my attention lately. And I don't work with Oracle decks as often or as in many different ways as Tarot decks, so I keep my Oracle deck collection quite a bit smaller than my Tarot collection. So I don't buy decks too often, but I've been kind of really interested in this one. And I'm glad that it arrived today because it means that I can work with it for the upcoming month of May for Oracle decks. And I'll do a video, I think, about this, how I work with them. But for Oracle decks, generally, I will work with one a month, not necessarily exclusively, and maybe it'll be for 2 months if I'm having a really great time, but predominantly, and in particular for my, which I'll call daily-ish morning draws, I'm working with an Oracle card, and it's usually a nature or animal-based deck, which are the decks that I prefer for Oracle. So I'm really glad that this one came today. I'd been waiting, and I saw the mail carrier outside of the window at my neighbor's house, and so I ran downstairs to see if it was here, and it was. So I'm going to unbox and just share first impressions of this Animal Allies Oracle by Jessica Swift. It comes really well packaged. It's in a padded, I'm trying to not show my address. It comes in a very padded envelope, and she's put on it there fragile to handle with care, so I'm sure that looking at this, it will come out in great shape. I'm not going to try to be too tidy. I'm just going to rip the envelope open, and so yeah, this looks great. I'll put the envelope over there. So it's come to me in, and maybe I'll put this away from the microphone when I rip the plastic. It's come with a little postcard here saying thank you so much for your order. I hope that you love the Oracle cards. Best from Jessica, with just her her website and information there. And it has a few postcards here with her artwork on it that just again says thank you so much for your order, and has her website. The deck itself comes wrapped in a kind of teal tissue paper with tape on it there. I do like to try to keep tissue paper if I think I can reuse it, but I think with the tape, it's going to be tricky. Okay, so the deck comes in, what is this called? Plastic wrap. Hard box, and you'll just forgive me for a second while I rip into this box, which is going to be difficult. Maybe I'll just pause the video while I get this plastic open, so just one moment. Okay, I should have had scissors with me, I didn't, but now I've got the deck unwrapped from the plastic. And it comes in a really sturdy, hard box here, 2-part box. And it says Animal Allies Oracle Cards, an uplifting 60-card deck on the front. And on the back it says 60 beautiful cards to awaken and deepen your connection to wild animal energies. It has a picture of 3 of the cards, and it states that it comes with a fold-out sheet that comes inside. And it has, and this seems like a really small thing, but it's a small thing not to overlook, is these thumb holes on the side of the box. Love the thumb holes on the side of the box. I recently made a video of featuring the Considerate Cat Tarot deck, and that deck, which I love, does not have these little cutouts. And that box, it's a 2-part box much like this, impossible to get open, in particular if you don't have the deck in the box. Like if you take it out, very, very difficult. So glad to see those here. And this deck, I will say, just without even getting into the cards, the production quality feels really, really sturdy. So this deck costs 23 American dollars on the website, and I'll list where you can get this deck below, which for us in Canada is like $30, $31, $32. And that's really not much, if at all, more expensive than a lot of mass-produced decks are on Amazon. So very, very reasonable. Obviously, unlike Amazon, you do pay shipping, but it was very reasonable, and the quality feels really excellent. So inside the box, we get a little message: wild energy is all around you. Love that. And the cards come, they're not shrink wrapped, which was the word I was looking for earlier and couldn't find. But they have this little band around the cards. And then at the bottom, you are not alone. And the fold out sheet. So if we take a quick look at the sheet first, it unfolds. Oh my goodness. There's 60 cards, so that's a lot to fit on one sheet. So it folds out, and it has animal allies in the center. And all the meanings for the cards there, and the same on the other side. So without having a guidebook, there is quite a bit for each. They're little, it looks like each one has a keyword or two, and then a sentence or two as well. So maybe we'll shuffle one to find a card for the day at the end of the walkthrough, and we can read from here to get an idea about what these are like. So there's a plastic band here, which hopefully is easier to get off than than the plastic that was on the box. Good. We'll toss that. So we get two extra kind of art cards here. So the first has animal allies on it there. And on the back, it has a simple way to use this deck. And it's a one card, shuffle the cards and draw one. And then listen to kind of the message of that card that you draw. And it has some suggestions to develop your relationship with an animal. It can be powerful and insightful to study its wild nature further. How does it behave in its surroundings? Where does it live? And so on and so on and so on. So a short kind of set of suggestions there. And then the second extra card here is a acknowledgements card titled Teachers, Resources, Bibliography, and Gratitude. And so here Jessica has provided a few websites and references to books that have influenced her work, and a little expression of appreciation to the animals as well. So getting on to the cards, they're quite large. So for an oracle deck, not large, but definitely wider than a tarot. About palm sized. The cardstock is really nice. It's not too bendy, but it's also not too thick. They're not going to be difficult to shuffle at all. The backs have this nice pattern on them. They're not reversible, but for me, for an oracle deck, for an animal oracle deck, I would never use reversals anyway, but they have a kind of pattern print here. If you can hear some noise in the background, that is my animal friend Daryl coming and sniffing about, seeing what we're doing. And he is making some noise. Back. So I'll just pause again and we'll come back when Daryl's filming. Once Daryl had finished scratching in his cardboard box and chewing on it and making his noise that he was going to make, he actually walked across my living room and knocked the glass top off of a coffee table. So I had started filming for a minute there, and then there was a great big crash. So this is actually take 4. Okay, so back to the Animal Allies Oracle cards. This is what happens filming with pets in the house. Always interruptions. That's okay. I love them. I love the cats. The interruption's a little less. So when you get the Animal Allies Oracle cards, they come alphabetized. And each one has, it's neat. It almost, you can kind of see how it's colored, like if it's Sharpie or pencil crayon, you know, it's not solid. It gets this background of white and black. And the white border is almost, you probably won't be able to see it. It's almost like you can see the brush strokes, or it's a little bit wood grainy. It's not just a solid white. It's really neat looking. And all of the cards, just to find one where it stands out, like armadillo here, in the handwritten font, whenever there's an enclosed space in the letters, they're colored in a little bit there, which is neat. And speaking of armadillo, part of the reason that I was drawn to this Oracle deck and that I quite liked this Oracle deck when I saw it, and right behind armadillo is badger. Part of the thing that I really liked about this Oracle deck, and something that I look for as I have quite a few animal based Oracle decks in my collection now, which I will maybe make a separate video all about. I really like when the Oracle decks have some animals in them that are not so commonly included. So I feel like every animal Oracle deck, a lot of the time, this one included, will have certain animals. Often a bee or bumblebee will show up, a wolf will show up, a bear will show up, perhaps a lion will show up. There are these certain animals that are quite commonly featured, and nothing, against those ones. I love seeing those ones too, but I really like when animals that are less frequently included are included in an Oracle deck. And I'd seen, I'm just flipping through these here, picking a few at random. I'm not going to go through all 60. I had seen in another showing of this deck that there had been a squirrel card. And a squirrel is the one animal, I see a squirrel, aside from cats, a squirrel is the animal that I'm guaranteed to see on any given day where I live. So I like to see squirrel included. There's a good balance as well between kind of land animals and ocean or lake animals, air animals, insects, and so on in this deck. As far as I can tell, there's no kind of suits or anything like this. The fold out that you get really is just the animals and meanings, also alphabetized. And the names of the animals are in different colors, and there are different colored backgrounds in the paintings of the animals, but they don't correspond to any kind of system. I do like an Oracle deck with a system, but in one like this, I think it's not necessary. So perhaps we'll just pick a card. I want to go through them all myself, but perhaps we'll just kind of cut the deck and choose one animal, and we can read the fold out and see what kind of information for each animal we get. Just cut the, this is not how I cut a deck of cards normally, but we can see it this way. We'll just cut somewhere towards the back, and we get scorpion there. Okay, so if we go to the text, for scorpion we get transformation. The death of something old so something new can be brought forth. Change on a soul level, protection of self and those you love. Transformation and protection can be calm and smooth or chaotic and painful. The choice is up to you. Scorpion is about both solitude and passionate relationship, the ability to inspire, and also the ability to sting with your words. Either or, both and. So we get quite a bit. You could look at just the keywords at the beginning, transformation, period, full stop, and leave it there if you wanted to. Or there's this longer kind of paragraph to think about scorpion. And this is a kind of meaning that I've seen attributed to scorpion before. Certainly think about protectiveness and the ability to sting for sure. Maybe we'll pick one more and we'll leave it there. So if we cut the deck again, I've got dragonfly, those are great colors. And they're great colors for Dragonfly, I think, the blues and greens. So if we go to the sheet, something that is noticeable here is that, look, it seems like the color of the name, you can see here the names of the animals are in different colors. It seems like the color of the name of the animal on the sheet is also a prominent color of the animal or in the card. So the alligator is written in green, makes sense based on the color of an alligator, and the dragonfly here is written in this kind of teal color that's very prominent in the card itself. So for dragonfly we get illusion, change. How can you view a situation from a different angle? That makes sense when you think how a dragonfly will kind of hover and then it will move quickly over and will hover somewhere else. That works. What do you need to, where do we go? What do you need to change and transform in your life? Dragonfly can help you see through illusions and get to the heart of the truth. The light reflects the colors of shimmery dragonfly in magical and unexpected ways, reminding you that things are not always as they appear. So you've seen dragonflies about, and they're quite common where I live, particularly when we're out camping or canoeing or something like this. They come very close to you very often. I think that that's a really nice way to think about dragonfly. So I'm really looking forward to working with this deck for my daily oracle card. My daily-ish oracle card. I do daily-ish. I don't do daily draws. My daily-ish oracle card for May. And I'm sure I'll post some of those on Instagram, where I'm also aquamarine18 on Instagram, so you can find me there, where I post mostly cards, but also the occasional delicious-looking vegan food, of course, the antics of Daryl and Bandit, and just anything interesting, really, that I come across there on Instagram. So this is the Animal Allies Oracle Cards by Jessica Swift. I'll post in the box where you can find this deck. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.